Hi, I'm Terry Combs with Equipment Zone. We're here at the Southern California, North American headquarters for Epson. I'd like to introduce Paul Morales. He is the product manager for all of the garment decorating products from Epson. So thank you, Paul, for coming in.
Thank you, Terry.
Or
welcome
having
back.
me in.
Yeah, welcome back.
So Paul, here's the scenario. We get this call all the time. You know, we've sold lots and lots of the Epson F2270 DTG printer, the 2100, even the F2000. And those folks, a lot of them are printing DTF transfers on those. And to the point where I have a customer in the Midwest who bought one 2100, started doing transfers, bought a second, bought a third 6 weeks later. What's the transition point? Where do I go if I'm a DTG printer and I want to do more production on something like the Epson G6070?
So that's a great question, Terry, and we get that asked a lot as well. So I think a good starting point is to understand, if you have a F2270, what the capability of one machine is, what you can get out of it. I think a good round number to throw out there, if you're printing about 1,500 shirts in a month, that's roughly about 75 shirts per day, or just under 4 hours of printing on one unit. That's if we're talking DTG. With DTF, you're going to be producing a little bit faster depending on the size of what your graphics are. But at some point, what's going to happen is you will find that there will be a bottleneck between, I need to do DTF cut sheets, but I also need to be producing DTG at the same time. With a hybrid system, it's great because you have the options to do either one at any given time. But the only downside is you can't do both at the same time. So if there's enough DTG work to keep my printer busy, but there's also DTF work that needs to be done, that's where I think having a dedicated system makes a lot more sense. And the other benefit of having a dedicated DTF system is it's less handling of the actual product overall. Cut sheet is great because then I can add powder and cure it manually if I need to do one-offs and two-offs kind of thing. But if I'm printing a lot of production, that's going to slow me down, and that's going to become the bottleneck. And I think when somebody realizes they're at that point, that's where investing in something that's purpose-built, roll-to-roll DTF, set it up, and then you just run your prints. And then when the prints are done, you have completed transfers on the roll. I think that's a good use case to kind of point in that direction.
You know, I have people say to me, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. So your Epson F2270, your 2100, even your 2000, because we have people doing transfers on F2000s. I always say, get your feet wet here and then start building your production. That's when you know that you can move to an exclusive machine. And as you said, this is going to come out of the powder shaker dryer ready to go onto a shirt, so the handling is far reduced.
That's a great point, actually, Terry. Building up that business, building up that customer base, having orders that you can immediately send to a printer once you have it in is a great strategy for sure. And
on your DTG printer, it's always great too to be able to do DTG prints, and maybe your left chest says DTF. So they all have their place in the process.
That's a great point. Now, one of the other benefits of hybrid technology is I can combine printing styles on the same garment. So you brought up a really good example of maybe I have a upper chest logo and I have a sleeve logo, but then maybe a full graphic on the back. I can pre-treat and DTG print my back design, and then I can DTF the sleeve and chest logos, so I'm not having to load the garment 3 times in my machine. One time, and then the rest is DTF. Nice and easy. Exactly.
Well, that's giving everybody a little bit of an idea of when to transition from DTG to DTF. Paul, thanks for having us out here to Southern California to do videos today. We appreciate it very much.
Always a pleasure having you, Terry.
Awesome. If you need more information, go to equipmentzone.com. You can call 201-905-1000. And on the screen, you will see email addresses for myself and Amy Krulowitz. We'd love to talk to you about the entire process.
All right.
I think that was good, other than me tripping over the very beginning.